Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is you are. Hello. This is Cyber Magician, and I'm doing a series of new videos on how to create a new character. This is going to show you some of the updated items and options that are available. So first off, here we go. I've already done the fighter, so now I'm going to switch over and going to do one of the other ones. So we've done the fighter. There she is. Very basic stats in there. And when you look at the barbarian, barbarian is a fighter type 2, very basic. Has the rages, of course, but it's more on con and strength than anything else. Now the big change is going to be about barbarians don't carry the heaviest armor. That's for paladins and fighters. So because they have lighter armor, that's where you're looking at benefits from dexterity. Because they do have a higher dexterity bonus than normally fighters do. And paladins, the goody two shoes of the bunch, and monks we'll get into a little later. So let's go barbarian, female. We're going to do a female this time. So barbarians, generally speaking, is recommended only for advanced players for solo option. So if you're going to do solo stuff, be very careful with this one. Stats. If we Sage of the Wild, 18 strength, 18 con, and 0. There, have it there. Stormer Kargan, have a mix of strength for attack power and dexterity increase for 2 weapon fighting capabilities. So a little more balanced here. Wisdom, again, don't understand why, because there's no real benefit for wisdom. So, Soul ability on this build is good, whereas this one, soul ability is also good. Bastions of the Outline, very good. So high hit points, again, 18. That's it. So, should I do that? No, I'm going to do a custom build. Now, again, you get to decide if you want what race. Now, I have a lot of races here. I actually have all the races here. Some of them are not available to you, such as the Drow, unless you actually earn or pay for them. Same with the Warforged, the Sifter, the Tiefling, yada, yada, yada. But we're going to do something very easy today. We're going to go with a Half-Orc Female. Now, the Half-Orc Female has higher strength, lower intelligence, and charisma. Intelligence and charisma don't really play too much of an effect on here, simply because it's a barbarian. It's hack and slash time. Let's go next. So, pardon me, because we're doing a hack and slash routine, we're going to give them 17 here. And then we're going to bring this one up to 17. That gives us 9 points left. Now, again, I cannot show you a regular 28-point build because across all the servers, I have earned a champion 32-point build. But again, it's a difference of 4 points. And it only gets to play in at the very end. So we're going to bring up our intelligence to 10 so we don't have any minuses we have for our action points. So we're going to use that. Okay. So we got 5 points left. So we have 2 here. Gives it 18 strength. We can actually go 19 strength. So we're doing 18 strength, but we want that capability added for your dexterity. So 18 strength, 13 dexterity, 17 con. So that gives us 16 points. So at the bottom, 2 into tumble, so we get some benefits when we fall. Intimidate, it's kind of hard because we have no charisma, so it's like, yeah, yuck. We're going to put 4 into balance and 4 into jump. That's very apparent because you want to be able to jump up on ledges and pull yourself up. Balance, of course, you can recover faster from being knocked down. Intimidate, I would really like to increase that a lot, but if I do 4 points in there, it only raises it to 2, so it's very minimal. And then you add 1 point as you go up in levels. But the problem is we're only going to get 2 action points, so we have to decide which way we're going to put those. So we end up with 2 left. Listen, swim. That's no minuses for heal, so get as much as we can. Again, very basic, 200 fighting. Thank you very much. And that's it. So as you can see, when we go back here, it's just 1 feat. That's all she gets. So 18 strength, 13 dex, 17 con, 10 int, and 8 and 6. So a little on the ugly side. But it's a half orc. Come on. It's supposed to be. They're not the nicest looking. I mean, that gives you good. There's a hint. Okay, so we're not going to go with the real ugly routine. Tusks, no. Yeah, little ones. Facial detail, okay, how much jewelry do you want them to wear? Of course, depending on what jewelry and hairstyle, you're not going to see much. So let's go hairstyle. It's a barbarian, it's a very basic ponytail. That works. Color, we're going to give her a darker tone. No, not black. No. No. Yeah. So there's a darker tone. We're going to give her the red eyes from her orc heritage. And skin color is nice and dark, and yeah, that's good enough. There we are. So not playing around too much with there. So again, we'll go with Ms. XYZ again, Miss XYZ. And we're going to click create. And there she is. Let's go in. So really, when you're looking at barbarians, they're very easy to create simply because you don't have a lot of options with them because of the barbarians. I mean, it's very basic. It's a fighter with not heavy armor. That's what she is. So let's add our toolbars. We're going to add 8. And then we're going to rearrange some of our functions on another toolbar down here. And some of them we're just going to just chuck them out because they're not working. So UI, layout, load, 2. Ta-da! Gotta love that. It works really good. So let's go in here. So because I'm veteran 2 status, I can create a 1st level, 4th level, or 7th level character. So really when you're looking at her now, this is what a 1st level character is going to be. 18 strength, 13, 17. So around these type of numbers. You can play with them a little bit. You could add more con if you want less strength, or you can get rid of the dexterity. Mind you, I don't recommend it. But strictly, skills are very basic skills as you've seen, selecting. Feats, barbarian, you feats, you have the rage, which is down here, once per day. Dismiss rage, so you can calm down afterwards. Basic feats, your attack. Dismiss charm on charming other people. He doesn't have that ability, so that's out. Two-handed fighting, of course. Defensive fighting. Sunder and trip, which are down the toolbars. Proficiency are basic. Martial weapons and light weapons proficiencies. Racial benefits, half-orc blood, which gives you as an orc for magic items and effects. So, no spells, no enhancements, no crafting. Very basic. So, 45 hit points. When you're looking at the equipment that I have here, this is all the stuff that I've been earned or I've purchased over the last 10 years. So these are all the extra bonus stuff. So we're not going to worry about that too much. But I'm going to show you now how to change or what you can achieve with a 7th level character. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to raise her to level 7. Okay. So here I can turn around, go back in again, and remain in the barbarian routine. Again, there's my experience, my skill points, so I can afford them. Only one into balance, only a half a point per level now. That gives me 3 left, and that gives me 1. So again, here I can decide I'm going to add it into health. So when she goes to a shrine or gets healed, it gives her a few more points. Again, melee weapons, barbarian, 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next. So now, what are we going to add? Well, barbarian has got a rage, of course, but what she's going to benefit from is your dodge, because we want the cleave. We want that skill. There it is there. So we want to be able to use that. So we need power attack. Okay, so it says power attack. So there's power attack. So there's our power attack. Next, finish. Now, so far you'll notice that all her ability scores hasn't changed because we haven't put any magical items on. So that remains the same. So let's go in again, barbarian. Now, this is where we start to make our first choices. How are we going to treat this barbarian? How are we going to develop this character? In this case, we have a choice where we're going to put that ability scores, and I got 1 point to raise. So normally you would look at strength, dexterity, and constitution, so that's your choices. Intelligence, wisdom, and charisma are basically locked in at this point, as far as I'm concerned, because I'm playing a pure barbarian. These 3 are not going to make. So I have to make a choice. Strength, dexterity, and constitution. Strength is 18, dexterity is 13, constitution is 17. So when she rages is what she gets a lot more hit points. So we're going to raise her con. So the con and her strength now are equal. Still 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next. And finish. Ta-da! One more time. Barbarian. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next. And finish. See, a lot of these times you go up in levels, you don't get any bonuses. It's just, nope, sorry, done. You don't get nothing. So, melee weapons, barbarian, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, we get our skills. So, we can now pick up, so we can make a choice here. Improved two-handed weapon, and that's the description of what it does. Plus 4 melee style bonus to melee power while holding a two-handed weapon. 30% strike through. Okay. Oh, let's move up here. Exotic weapon proficiency, no. And there's our cleave. Active ability to attack 1 or more enemies in an arc in front of you. This deals +1 weapon damage. Now, +1 weapon damage basically means if the weapon you're holding does 1 to 8, +1 weapon damage will give you another 1 to 8. So it's going to double the damage of your weapon. A +2 weapon damage means that instead of using 1 to 8, you get 3 dice 8 of damage, so up to 24 points of damage. So that's the cleave. And we want to do that because using two-handed weapons, we can reach out and touch people a little further away. So there's our 6th level. And this makes it 7. 1, 2, 3, 4 action points. Next, and finish. Done. So when you're looking at barbarians, it's very easy to create these characters because you really don't need a lot of options. There's strength, constitution, dexterity. That's what I'm looking for. Skill-wise, you start off with those 4 basic skills, and you just add to them. So it's very easy to rinse and repeat. Now we get to make our next option, which is action points. So these are the action points that we have. So we have 24 points. This is your basic ones. So how are we going to expend those action points? Well, we know from, well, I know because I've dealt with it so many times, is that I have here an action point freebie for race, +1 action point. Now that becomes rather important because it's an extra point. Points count. 1 point doesn't seem much, but that's the one that'll get you that extra skill you need. So it does make a difference. So now we have 25 points, and there's our racer point put in. All right, so Harbor Agent, I like using Harbor Agent because it allows me to do more damage and stuff against enemies. So in this case, it's going to +1 to hit versus evil. And then I'm going to get extra con, and I'm going to get extra hit and race. So these ones all add up to what I'm doing. Back here in the skills for Barbarian, which is the ones in the middle, the red ones, I have to make a decision on how I'm going to build a character. So Occult Slayer is very simple. It builds a bond with your weapons and allows you to do more damage on it. But it does say it's a cooldown for 20 seconds. Switching weapons also starts at 20-second cooldown. So it builds a psychic bond. The higher the bond you build with it by attacking enemies and hitting them, it's +1, up to a maximum of 200 points. Dying resets it, of course. So, but you can use these bond to add extra abilities to your Barbarian. Ravager, very basic, you're raging, and that's what it is. Fury +1 rage bonus attack and damage. This stacks up to 6 times. When one stack fades every 6 seconds, so your rage is going to be in there. Frenzy Berserker, you get the Dire Hard feat automatically stabilized, and then you get extra con, hit points, and this is going to give you other benefits along that side. So what do we want? Okay, I'm going to go Ravager. So up here, Intimidate, Haggle, and Physical Resistance. And what I like to do is I like to turn around and I choose ones that are automatic. This way here I don't have that many to confuse me. So I can, these square ones like this, those are the ones that you have to click on. Say, yes, I want that to start. Yes, I want that to start. The hexagon ones like this is automatic. As soon as you choose it, poof, it's done. You don't have to worry about it running. You don't have to think about tuning it on and off. It's just going to work. So, Barbarian attack power, however, is one of the ones where you want to do. Attack power feat does 1 additional point of bonus damage, or 2 points or 3 points of damage. So, it doesn't sound like much, but if you're swinging 30 times, well, that's 90 points of damage. But let's take a look. +1 con when raging. Yes. So that gives me +3 con when I'm raging. So I'll go from my basic 18 con up to 21. That makes a difference. Physical resistance means how much little more damage you're going to take. When you're hit, 20% chance attacker loses 10 armor class. 60%. So somebody hitting me, yeah. Do you like pain? I like pain. So it allows you to burst through their chance of defending, so it allows you to hit them a lot more. When you're hit, a small chance to gain 50 temporary hit points, and that goes up to 150 hit points. Temporary. Let's add that in, and we're going to choose down to Pain Touch. Your melee attacks deal an extra 1/6 damage. Yes. It scales with 100% melee power. Okay, that works. Vorpal Strike, rolling 20 attack roll and confirming on a critical hit. So +30 hit points. Healing amplification. When you score a Vorpal hit in melee, you inflict crushing despair on nearby enemies for 30 seconds. That's good. I'll take it. Over here, what do we have? Nearby enemies receive -2 penalty, strengthening charisma. So basically, they're looking at me going, okay, yeah, this guy's really bad news, and he's going to mess me up. Cruel Cut. Attack deals 1/6 con damage as long as you damage your target. 2d6, 3d6. Okay, so this is increase of con or strength. So again, a balancing one. We've added a lot of con down here, so we can add a little bit more strength. That leaves us with 7 action points. So I'm going to accept those changes, and then over here I'm going to add a bunch in here, and these points are going to give me +1 to hit versus evil. It's going to give me 15 hit points more. This is going to be your main and offhand weapons, again, +1 to hit. Doesn't apply to shields, and you gain +20 to your maximum spell points. Don't care for spell points. So that adds all that in there. And we go back over here, Sunder +1, no. And no. Will savings throws? No. Or you can use that 1 point in. Boop, 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 boop. What do we have here? Hirelings summoned and charged to gain +2 to the ability scores. How often do you go to solo? That is the question. If you do a lot of soloing, that becomes important because you're going to use your hirelings to help augment your party. So slaughter. Oh, that sounds really nice. We'll take that one. And we're done. So there's our hit points. Just jumped up huge. Huge jump in hit points. So now we have a 19 strength, 13, 18, 10, 8, and 6. So those didn't change that much, just added to your strength. Armor class, 11. Yuck. That's fine. That's what it's supposed to be. Spell points, 20. Don't care about spell points. But down here, we have nothing for the attack bonuses because we're low level. Melee power, we don't have anything because we don't have a weapon. So this is some of the things we have. Let's add these in here. And that gives us an armor class 12 and an extra 5 hit points. Yes! Hit points are good. Now, let's go pick our gear up. Thank you very much. So this is the standard equipment you get for being a barbarian. Level 7, and you create a new character. So we're going to add all that in there and watch our scores change. Now we have an armor class of 24. And we have a Harley. Cool. So, armor class 23. And we have in our midst a level 7 barbarian. Nice way she is. 204 hit points, 20 spell points. Don't care about those, but the hit points we do. And surprising enough, we're going to go down and get a weapon now. Alright, let's get out of here. Off the ship. All the shores going ashore. Take us in, Captain. And of course, we're going to pick up our two-handed weapon. What two-handed weapon should you choose? Well, we do have... Now, watch the score. Base damage rating. Right here in the middle, 9.35. So this does 1d12 plus 2. But your greatsword is 9.9. It's 2d6 plus 2. So it does damage range 4 to 14, and the other one is 3 to 14. So it does 1 more point of damage. But it has a higher battle rating because now the critical roll is not just 20, it is 19 and 20. So we're going to take our greatsword. Yes. There's our greatsword. Yahoo! Yeah, she's happy now. She's got a nice big weapon in her hand. She's going to kill things. A barbarian. Now, let's take a look and understand what we're going on here. So we've got all our options here. And if we look under enhancements now, we have slaughter. That's the only thing we have. Everything else is passive. Look at them all. Because that's our choices that we did. But watch what happens to our hit points here when we rage. 232 hit points. So those are those extra hit points because we're in a rage mode. And also, we have 2d6 plus 15 damage. So we're going to do a lot more damage. And if you look at our stats, 24 strength, 28 con now. That jumped 10 points because of the options that we chose for a berserker. So adding those changes in and choosing those con functions as we rage makes that much of a difference. Back down to 21 and 18. Once we recover, we'll stabilize. That's what that's showing you there. So it does show us Anger's Wrath plus 2 to hit with all attacks. And Barbarian damage reduction is 4% to all damage received. So we have minus 1 down here also. So there's your Barbarian. If Very simple hack and slasher, down and dirty, right in the front lines. Little light on the armor class because they don't wear heavy armor. Maximum they wear is medium. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Your basic berserker from level 1 to level 7. Standard build. Nothing special, just a good out and out killer. Hope you enjoyed your view today. And this is the Cyber Magician saying be safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.